Shalom Yasharallah, this your brother Dawada, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for Yakim pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here article. It says Russia offers trade partners to join its SWIFT alternative. All right. And if you understand about the basically the SWIFT program is basically it's led by, America, which is more or less to give you, in layman's terms, it's like a wiring, more or less to say like for wiring funds, transactions, and things like that, or how like in modern days time they say so and so can trade on this blockchain and that blockchain. You can make these transactions secure through that, or to think about it like and even layman's terms, like let's say a cash app. Between me and you, I can send you money back and forth, and we don't have to go through, going to go get a money order and all these other people getting the money, or a bank and everything else like that, sending the money through these terms to where they would get money. We have our own system where it's like Cash App, and if anything, Cash App makes a small percentage. All right. And that's pretty much like what the SWIFT system is. All right. But you understand is, just like I used the Cash App example. All right. Now, let's say you making your transactions with you and your buddy or whatever. And all of a sudden, they well, let me give you a different example. All right. You have a bank, right? And you getting your check direct deposited, from your job through your bank. Now there's something that happens through, the bank where the bank cuts you off. All right. Let's say, you got too many fraudulent things going on, or they suspect fraud, or you may have lost a debit card or something like that. So they freeze your account. All right. Now you're looking for an alternative way of getting that money. Right. So what you would do is hey, y'all can direct deposit into my Cash App account. All right. Or, any of those alternative accounts. So therefore, your bank isn't getting that little bit of money for doing the transactions and things like that. Now Cash App is. So this would be the equivalent to that. SWIFT, let's just say, for instance, is like your actual bank. All right. Now you have Russia in this situation with the war with Ukraine, where they're putting, how you say, sanctions on them. All right, stopping them from trading and everything, stopping them from making these transactions, all right, on the SWIFT system and things like that. So, i.e., your regular bank account, all right, your debit card came up missing or something like that, and you got all these rogue charges. So we're gonna stop these transactions from going out onto your account, all right. And you got your auto pay for your lights and everything else like that, and all these different things. You're trying to order some food, but hey, your debit card's frozen. All right, this is like the sanctions. So what do? You go around like, what? I got a different card. I got a Cash App. How y'all take Cash App? You know what I'm saying? I'll use an alternative route to wind up paying for these things. All right, and this is what Russia is putting together. All right, and you also have like what you call the other one is called the BRICS. All right, the BRICS nations. All right, and that's dealing with a lot of transactions with oil. All right. But this one here is talking about, a different one. This is Russia offers trade partners to join its SWIFT alternative. Russia aims to boost settlements in national currencies with SCO countries instead of the dollar to euro. And that's the Shanghai Corporation. Again, this one here is, basically it's the same thing, but a little different. All right. Russia has offered countries belonging to the Shanghai Corporation organization to join its financial messaging system, SPFS, the Russian equivalent of SWIFT. Moscow wants to boost the volume of settlements in national currencies. The country's economic development minister, Maxim Reshkinov, said on Tuesday. Now, going into why this is important, because you have to understand, again, they can hit them with the sanctions, right? Now, Russia is, a natural gas and oil producing country where they want to export their natural gas and stuff like that to Europe and everything else like that. Well, America has sanctions on them. So again, that's just like you trying, like, let's say you have the money in your account, your bank account, but however, your bank account has a freeze on your account because again, there looks like there's fraudulent activity on your account, and you can't make these transactions. So what they would do is, hey, they'll keep declining your card, making sure that you won't be able to swipe it, So again, this is like them. All right, well, we'll just use a different, we got the goods, we still want the food or whatever we about to order from, wherever we're going to order from, So what we want to do is we're going to just use a different account. All right. That the bank ain't got no hold on. All right. I got money in my Cash App. So I'm going to just use my Cash App instead of using my debit card or whatever, So, hey, this is the equivalent to trying to get around that the SWIFT system and the petrodollar. All right. So, because with the petrodollar, or which is your regular dollar, in order to buy, sell, refine, or do anything with oil, you have to first trade your currency into American dollars to be able to make that transaction possible. Well, these other nations are saying, why do we need to keep including America into our deals? All right, if we want to trade between two different countries, let's say Russia and Germany, why do they need to include America in that deal? See, America has the power to say, nah, we're going to sanction y'all by not allowing y'all to convert your money into US dollars to be able to make this transaction possible. But what Russia and them is doing is going around the corner and saying, hey, look, obviously they would try to do that with the BRICS, but also with this scenario, let's just say it's regular goods they're trying to trade. All right, they would say, hey, well, we'll just put the currency into our own national currencies, or either just the ruble. You're gonna buy Russian oil in a ruble, and then that's just gonna strengthen the Russian economy. The whole point of these sanctions is against Russia is to cripple their economy. All right, it's like a siege trying to starve them out. All right, you go to in the ancient days, you would go to war with these other nations, and what you would do is you would put them in a siege, stop the trade from coming in and going out, food from coming in and goods from going out. So what that would do is weaken the population down to a point to where they wasn't even willing to or able to fight. Just imagine if Russia became so poor, economically so poor, economically collapsed to where people can't buy groceries and this and that. Hey, you think that these people are going to be so ready to go to war and everything else like that? Nah, they'd be more worried about just eating. But hey, this is really not working out no more, because there's these nations are planning for the replacement of America anyway. All right, like the scriptures say, why do the heathen rage and imagine a vain thing? They think that they're going to take over after the fact, so they're setting up these here corporations, or these not to say corporations, these different I don't even know what you would call them, but these groups, all right, to basically bypass and cut America out the picture. All right, so it says, in order to ensure uninterrupted cooperation between our banks, we suggest that members of the organization join the Russian financial messaging system, Maxim said in his video address to participants of the SCO forum in Uzbekistan. Maxim noted that the SCO countries need to continue to promote full capability of national payment systems and boost the volume of mutual settlements and national currencies. All right. Again, the whole point here is to get off of that the SWIFT system, or like in the sense of oil, the petrodollar, because again, in both scenarios, you have to deal with American dollars. All right. And with that, hey, America always wins with that, because it's like, yo, no matter what, you got to come through me. No matter what goods you're going to buy, you have to come and buy from, let's just say like Walmart, right? No matter what goods that you want to buy, even if Walmart don't produce it, you have to come to Walmart to buy it. That means Walmart's going to get a percentage off of anything and everything sold, man. All right, they started out, let's say, as a department store selling small little items here and there, here and there. Then it's like, you know what, we're going to expand the groceries. Whenever you want to buy groceries, we're going to get some of that their money. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you want to buy, car parts and car tires, and we're going to get some of that money. Electronics, we're going to get some of that money. Clothing, we're going to get some of that money. So no matter what you buy, we're going to get a piece of that, man. All right. It says, we already see positive results. For example, a quarter of the trade turnover between Russia and China is settled in rubles and yuan, Maxim said. The SCO, or Shanghai Corporation, currently comprises of 8 member states: China, India, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Tajikistan, Pakistan, and Uzbekistan, while its partners and associates also include Afghanistan, Belarus, Iran, Mongolia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Cambodia, Nepal, Turkey, and Sri Lanka. The organization's work focuses mainly on security issues, but it also deals with regional development tasks. It says Russia has been actively promoting its domestic financial messaging system ever since being cut off from the SWIFT as part of the Western sanctions imposed by the countries over the conflict in Ukraine. Both facilitate financial transactions between banks, but Russia's SPSFS was used only in Russia up until this year, while SWIFT is an internationally adopted system. So as you can see, they're trying to carve out a new way, all right, to count America out the picture. All right, they're planning for the fall of Babylon as we speak. All right, this is Psalms 2, and I'm gonna read from verse 1. It says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? All right, let me read this in NLT verse 1. Why are the nations so angry? Why do they waste their time with futile plans? All right, now we're going to read down a little bit more to get more of a context, and we'll go back up. It says, the kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh and his anointed, and it gets anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. All right. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. Yahweh shall have them in derision. All right. So let me just read the 6. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and shall vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet I have set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. So ultimately, this is when Yahushua comes to return, but, and this is what the Lord's plan is, and this is what's going to actually happen is, Yahushua is going to come and take over and put these nations into subjection. But, going back into verse 1, about their futile plans, it says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Or why are the nations so angry? Why do they waste their time with futile plans? All right. So, let's see what this goes into, but, emptiness, vanity, empty, vain. All right. It says a worthless thing. All right. To no purpose. All right. Because again, like, we just read, Yahushua is going to ultimately take over. All right. But they're planning their mindset. So again, it says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine the vain things? Like, why are they working towards this? Or why are they going towards these futile plans? But you have to ask yourself, what are the plans? All right. It says the kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel against Yahweh and against the anointed, saying, all right, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. So ultimately what you have going on is you see these nations watching America. It's like, you're a boxer in the ring and you didn't hit the opponent and you start to see him getting dazed. He can barely stand up and you go in for that final attack. Oh, he's about to go down. So you're going to go in, with the swiftness. And this is what these nations are doing. They're like that, pack of vultures flying around a prey that's about to die out in the wilderness, man. They see that you about to be out of here, man. All right, so these nations are sizing you up. It's like, look, as soon as you fall, how are we going to pick this person apart? You got one vulture saying, I'm about to get this here leg. The other one saying, I'm going to get the arm. One of them saying, I'm going to attack the head. One of them saying, I'm going to attack the tail. All right, so they're all pretty much sizing America up as far as what parts can we so-called replace of them? Because see, right now the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, and it's being ruled by these Edomites, and by way of what? America. America is the like the scriptures say, the horde that rideth upon the beast. All right, America is the one that's controlling all these other parts. When America say jump, all these other nations say how high. But you have in this here scenario, it's like, hey, look, we run all these different financial systems. Everything flows through us. This is why America is like is the top nation, because of situations like, let's say, the SWIFT system or the petrodollar, man. All right, because like the example that I gave, why is why is Walmart, or let's just say in modern day time, why is Amazon such a profitable business? Like, well, because whatever item that you want to buy, you can buy from Amazon and they're going to get a portion of that. You have people that have products that they want to sell. It's like, we'll just sell it on Amazon, and where people can buy it from Amazon because we can get the promotion and everything else like that. Well, true enough, you could take whatever product that you've created yourself and you can go outside and you can sell it in your front yard and everything. But how many people are going to see that in your front yard? They got to drive past it. Or you can take that product to your local Amazon distribution hub, all right, and they'll sit there and promote it on their website and they'll ship it from your website. But guess what? They're going to get a percentage of that sale. So Amazon themselves don't have to be in business selling whatever. Let's say you're selling candles. Amazon themselves don't have to be the ones producing these candles. But as long as you bring your candles to Amazon, Amazon's going to get a piece of that there sale. So the same way, like with the petrodollar, hey, America ain't got to be in the business of producing oil or selling oil or nothing like that. But you want to sell oil, you're going to have to sell it through our system. Or you want to trade certain goods, you're going to have to trade it through our system. And guess what? We're going to make money off of that, man. All right. So this is how, anytime that any of these nations, let's just say, for instance, they want to sell oil, buy oil, trade goods and things like that. Hey, America getting money off of that, man. No matter if they in the deal or they not in the deal, they ultimately is in the deal. Like I gave the example about Amazon. Like, well, Amazon don't make candles, but guess what? Amazon making money off of selling candles because, this person, let's say Fred, decided to sell some candles to Tom. All right, well, they're gonna have to, pay Amazon the so-called tax for that, man. All right, and this is what keeps America strong. But now these nations are looking. All right, when they let's try to find a way to break away from these here systems, man. All right, and as America goes down, how are we going to replace these systems? Well, we can create, a mirror image of what they have. They have this here trade organization. They have this here, type of monetary system and things like that. Well, we can just create our own. So, and cut them out. They're going to try to cut us off, but nevertheless, we can make our own and cut them out of the plan, man. All right. Let me read. Where's that at? Say 47 and 10. Isaiah 47:10, it says, For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, and thou sayest, None seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge has perverted thee, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. A part of that is like we're going into with these different systems and stuff like that. A lot of these nations, from, beforehand, a lot of people wonder, how is America so rich? How are their cities paid for gold? But it's like, well, you have to realize that it's like, again, the best example I can give you to understand this is the Amazon situation. How did Amazon get so rich and everything? Do they have the best? Are they the ones creating the best products? No, 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 no. They just got everybody else to start selling their products onto Amazon and got everybody to start shopping from Amazon. So now, like, you go to Amazon and really, they probably, when you look at what the hell Amazon probably sells themselves as Amazon, it's probably very little bitty things. They might only sell what, 5 to 10% of the things that's on Amazon, whereas the other 90 to 95% of the goods that's on Amazon is sold by other people. All right, other people are putting the products up there, man. So America is the one that came up with these different systems, like the idea of what a petrodollar. All right, and make them the world reserve currency. All right, hey, you want to make any kind of trade go on, you're gonna need to use the American dollar. All right, you want to and then on the back of that, what keeps strengthening the dollar is the fact that these people have to use the dollar. All right, so it's like, yo, man, what keep making Amazon so rich? Well, this is where all the goods is at, man. We can't, and in certain things like even with the lockdowns that happen, man. Oh, we're gonna close down all these stores and everything else like that. Well, if you want something, you're gonna have to go to Amazon. Oh, you're scared to go to the grocery store because it's social distancing. Well, we got groceries now too. We'll sell you some groceries. Well, damn, now Amazon getting richer and richer and richer because all the items and the goods that you would need to get, you can now buy from Amazon. It's the same items and the same goods, but the only difference is now Amazon is getting a piece of that cut, man. All right. So, and this is the mindset of America, man. They never thought that these nations would come up with the plans and the ideas of doing the same things that they would do. How about we trade in our own currency? What's the benefit of us trading in your currencies, man? What's the so-called deal with all these things? Now they're starting to see, beyond, like the scriptures say, the nations are drunk enough for wine, therefore the nations are mad. Hey, America, or these nations are starting to wake up from that Babylonian juice, man. All right, and starting to create their own way out now, man. But see, whenever these other nations tried doing that beforehand, they was always taken out. You had Iraq did that with was it the British pound, or it was one of those other currencies, the euro or the British pound. One of them, they tried selling their oil in, and hey, America invaded them. You had Muammar Gaddafi in Libya. All right, tried to sell his oil in the golden dinar. All right, and they went and took him out, man. So you see these things, these systems are set in place. All right, for Esau to prevail over everybody else, man. All right. It says, for thou hast said in thy wickedness, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, and thou hast said, None seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge has perverted thee, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. All right, they think that they should be the only one to be able to do all this here wickedness, man. This super finesse. All right, and then whenever anybody else tries to do these things, oh, it's wartime. It says, Therefore shall evil come upon thee, and thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come up upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. All right, now all of a sudden you have these different nations that's like, look, you got the sanctions on Russia, a lot of these European nations, your own allies. Well, let me keep reading. Verse 12, Stand now with thy enchantment and with the multitude of thy sorceries, where thou hast labored from thy youth, if so thou shalt be able to profit, if so thou mayest prevail. All right, so let me just keep reading. It says, Thou art wearied in thy multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, and the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be a stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. They shall not be a coal to warm, nor a fire to sit before. So, hey, going back into your old ways and your so-called systems. All right, your usury and things like that. Go back to these different ways and see if it's gonna help you. But all these things is doing. We'll close out with this in Job 18. All right, let me just read this real quick. Job 18 and 7. It says, the steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and walketh upon a snare. The gin shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and the trap for him in the way. So with the situations that you have going on, you decided to blow smoke up Ukraine's ass and puff them all up. And the same with China, man. Don't forget that you have the same thing going on with China right about now, man. All right, and telling them, hey, we got your back, we got your back, we got your back. Now, when these nations start going to war, Russia or Ukraine with Russia, right now with Taiwan and China, they're major trade. Is where America get a lot of trade from. You think the economy is bad now? Just wait till China decide to cut you off and put sanctions on you, and then they start trading on their own systems, man. All right, we were reading about the Shanghai Corporation now, man. So, and what was the other one? The Silk Road, and they had another one, basically where they created their own little trade routes and things like that, their own trade systems to basically cut America off from these things, man. So that America don't have that hegemony over top of them no more, man. They don't have to use these American systems, making them less and less valuable. Now you have a scenario where it's like with Russia, they got sanctions over, them selling this liquid or this liquid natural gas to like Europe and stuff like that, where these are America's allies. Well, these people are worried about economic collapse, energy collapse, and everything else like that. And it's like, man, all right, we stuck between a rock and a hard spot. Well, what do we do? If we buy this here stuff, America's gonna sanction us. They're gonna bully us. They're gonna do all these things to us, and they're our allies. And we can't have them cut us off, our lifeline off from everything else. Well, you have another scenario. It's like, well, we can backdoor them and use a different system. All right, and like I said, let's just say, for instance, you using your debit card, right? And somebody steals some kind of way your account and your debit card, and they wind up overdrafting your account, but then the bank has a hold on your account. It's frozen at the point in time. All right, and if you spend any money, it's just going to keep going in the negative until you're going to keep getting overdraft fees until they fix it. All right. Well, you still need to spend money. Well, now you got a different card. You got your little Cash App. You can just use your Cash App and everything else like that. It don't affect anything because you got money into this other account. This is what these other nations are starting to look at. Well, look, if America try to sanction us or do anything to us, we can just go ahead and trade on this here other system, get the resources that we need, stay afloat, and we'll have to deal with the aftermath on the other side. And we know, according to the scriptures, Russia's going to be a guard to these other nations, these weaker nations. Let the weak say I'm strong. All right. The whore's going to wind up hating the beast and burning her with fire, which is going to be, how World War III is going to wind up ending, man. So we know that all these things are starting to line up, like the scriptures say, the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, it shall surely come. It will not tarry. This is what you see going on right now with these different how to say, his own counsel shall cast him down. The plans of the wicked, you know what I'm saying, is backfiring upon him. Let me just go ahead and finish it off. Verse 12, his strength shall be hunger bitten and destruction shall be ready at his side. They all sizing you up right about now, all right? It shall devour the strength of his skin. Even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. Ultimately, it's going to bring him out to that battlefield, man. Going to be face to face with Russia, and then all your allies are going to want to turn it on you, man. It's like that bully, you and what crew, and then you look at, or prime example, Denzel and Ethan Hawke and Training Day, man. All right, he over there, this is my neighborhood, this and that, and so on and so forth. And then he turned around, and then everybody from his neighborhood then turned on him. All right, so now all of a sudden you thought that, the scripture said best. We'll close out with this in Obadiah 1:7. It says, matter of fact, I'm going to read it in NLT. It says, all of your allies will turn against you. They will help to chase you from your land. They will promise you peace while plotting to deceive you and destroy you. Your trusted friends will set traps for you and you won't even know about it. And so you think that as these other European nations are seeing their resources dwindle, and it's all in the news day in and day out about, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? You think they're not coming up with a backdoor plan? You think that they're not having secret talks with Russia and how they're going to do certain things? And all right, so if we do this and then they react like that, how, what y'all going to guarantee us? All right, because they all talk. America's all talk. They ain't really no show. So what are y'all going to guarantee us if we, go with y'all plan? Because think about it. Both nations stand to benefit. Europe, they benefit from getting the resources, the natural gas that they need from Russia. Russia benefit because, hey, they being sanctioned from the West, so they need money coming in. All right, well, shit, fuck it, y'all. We'll sell y'all the stuff because y'all being giving us money, which will give us more money to dump into military just in case, or for the time when America decide to go to war, we'll be fully financed, man. All right. But I'm going to go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, the elect was edified with this here lesson. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakak Wadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone, that taught us this truth and that rule well. And citation, much love for you. I can push this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions, to feed and edify the elect. Till next time, I say stay strong. Shalom.